Hey, cool cats and kittens. This is Honest John coming to you live from the executive offices today, up from the studio. Episode 3 ran into a few technical difficulties, so we are providing you the audio with a few pictures over the audio. Please enjoy. Rate and comment.
What are you doing over there?
Welcome to episode 3. We have of Honest John Live. I'm your host, Honest John, with co-host Nick Harsuna, brought to you via Zoom. Nicholas is a few deep at this point. Let's kind of get into seven deep enough for some day drinking. Let's get into some of our topics before we get a little too incoherent at the time.
It's going to happen eventually.
Well, I'm sure everyone's looking forward to an incoherent stink, you know? What's the damage looking like over there? How many bottles we got lying around?
Well, this isn't an exact... some is Tina's. I don't know if you could see it there.
I see some water in there, too.
369. Well, that was from roulette. That was from... My mother bought me this drinking roulette game. It's a legit roulette wheel.
I actually think I have that.
Fill the glasses. We played it for a second, and it was like, this is really not that fun.
It's not fun when there's not $200 on the table, right?
No, it's not the same as putting 200 on red and it comes out zero.
No, it's yeah. I mean, they were saying we had the shot checkers, and it just nothing matches losing $4,000, whether it's on a basement pool table.
But hey, listen.
Bottle, right?
At least thanks to Too Sexy. At least we didn't have to stay in line very long to have a buffet.
Always under 5 minutes wait for the buffet, man. It was one of the best parts of it.
That's right. Hang on, shots up. Here we go.
Oh, here we go.
That's not mine. This is mine. Can we see it here? I can't see. Nastrovia. Cheers.
Drinking on TV. I don't know if this is approved.
It's okay. Don't worry about it.
Nobody's like Bob Euchre. Who gives a shit? Nobody's watching anyway. Right?
Who gives a shit? Nobody's watching, listening anyway. You can't say goddamn on the air. Who cares? Nobody's listening anyway. By the way, that was on last night or the night before. And it was on a station that doesn't do the curses and stuff. And it's amazing how much it had to cut out.
Right.
And after about 10 minutes, even the first 10 minutes where he goes, the owner gives a list of players and he says, this guy here is dead. She goes, cross him off then. I lost my mind. Dude, it's one of the most underrated, hysterical movies ever. Ever.
It's my top, man. I think that's up there. Even when it's like, Lou, how would you like to be the manager of the Cleveland Indians? Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. See, even Tina knows it. She's doing it now. Because when he came on, even before, when he gets on the phone to call him, I yell, oh, I don't know. And she goes, will you watch the movie? I'm like, but I know it's going to happen. And then he calls Jake Taylor. He goes, I don't know. He calls Jake Taylor and says, is that you, Tolbert? My knees are killing me. And if you're going to pull his shit, at least you could have said you were from the Yankees. Dude, the movie, within the first 20 minutes, it grips you 100%. It's so funny.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good. Anyway, let's move on to more important topics. Go ahead there, host Honest John.
Oh, thanks. I guess I'll push this a
You're
little.
welcome.
Appreciate it. Although people have said it's basically Nick takes it and run with it. I should just email you index cards and film you at this point.
That should be the new name of the show now, Honest John. Nick takes it and runs with it.
Stinklosophy rules, right?
I'll Stinklosophy states. I'm the only participant right now. Anyway, go ahead, pal. Go ahead. What are we talking about tonight?
He was jumping in?
She might. It depends. She's on she's FaceTiming with someone right now. But if a certain popular program becomes a topic, I'm sure she'll want to jump in.
Well, that is.
There she goes. What is it? Oh, she said, "Oh, you cool cats and kittens."
I wanted to start when I was, fiddling around as an amateur. I wanted to start as like, hey, all you cool cats and kittens. This is episode 3 of Honest John Live. So I've been waiting to do something about, like, I mean, I guess everyone has, like, you look, because there's no sports content, so everyone is basically taken Tiger King and put their own spin on it. I know you're not a Netflix or series guy, but I'd love to hear your honest take about it, because I can only imagine you sitting there watching and going, what the fuck? What's this shit?
No, you're 100% right. So, like, I don't remember what day it was. It was probably at least 3 days ago, 4 days ago. And I wake up in the morning, because now I don't have to be on for school until about 9:30. I have to be locked in.
Oh, wow.
So I'm thinking, all right, I'm going to sleep in. I'm going to relax myself here. 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, I wake up and the fucking Joe Exotic is on the TV, and she's sitting up straight in the you can't say Indian style position here, crisscross applesauce.
We kind of just
position
say
in the middle of the bed, crisscross applesauce, watching the goddamn Joe Exotic. I'm like, what is this? And even though I'm not,
I want to cut in real quick, because I think we have to update our audience.
Go ahead.
You were officially moved in with your wife now, right? Like, you've been quarantined.
Yes.
You have been quarantined longer than you've lived with your wife, right?
I hear you. Do you hear me?
Well, you know what the funny thing is, the amount of not more, but the equal amount of time. So literally, like Sunday of this past Sunday was when we officially got everything in. Everything upstairs is 100% done, 100% done. And Monday morning, I'm here. So for the amount of time that I've been quarantined, it's the same amount of time I've actually lived with my legal wife. We've been legally married for over a year, and we've only lived together for 5 days. 6, man, including today.
Some might say that you figured it out, pal. Some might say that you had a red shirt. You did a red shirt year of marriage.
She's gonna get real pissed at me for saying this, but it is what it is, and it's what we've had to do. And fuck, what are you gonna do? In this day and age, it is what it is.
It is what it is, man. You guys made it work, at least.
Mm-hmm.
But that led
nothing. You'll find out later.
That led to the Tiger King. So I want to hear your thoughts on this, because obviously Tina was glued to it. I had this. I was kind of glued. I kept watching it at night, because I mean, the problem is you have a newborn, so you're kind of around her schedule, and you want to watch it, and so you get like typically 30 and you're tired. But like each episode for me, like your jaw drops a little lower at the end of each one. A new character, a new storyline comes in. Like you're like, oh my god, it was a tiger. And it's like, wait, there's a lady in Florida who's his enemy. Like, oh my god, she actually killed her husband. Like, and it's like, then the So
now, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, each episode, like your jaw drops further, and I think that's part of like the story of it, which is great, because like the way the documentary's set up, like it's like you don't know about this guy Jeff Lowe, who just basically comes in and takes over the zoo until like episode 5, and then there's
came out of nowhere.
There's the strip club guy that's just everywhere now. The fat guy in the jet ski, like he is everywhere.
You know what's great is I saw the fat guy on the jet ski, like meme and GIF or GIF or whatever you want to call it, and I saw it on Barstool and I saw it everywhere multiple times, like not just once or twice, 4, 5, 6 times. And then I saw the episode with her, and I'm like, that's where it's from. I've been wondering where this fat guy in the jet ski is coming from. But the best was when it came to Carol killing her husband. Again, I was sleeping one morning. It was like 8:30, 9 o'clock. I'm sleeping. I don't give a shit. And she's up and she's going, oh my God. And she's reacting to it. So I wake up and I start watching. And I get to the point where Joe Exotic goes, guess what, motherfuckers? And I'm like, there she is. And I'm like, that's hysterical. And then all of a sudden, she kind of gives me the background that happens with what she watches. Mm-hmm. I pick it up halfway or whatever. And then she tells me, oh, this happened and this happened and this happened. And it's the Kardashians, all these other assholes, and I don't care. But with this time, she goes, oh, yeah, she killed her husband. I jump out of the covers. I'm like, wait a minute. What? How'd she kill her husband? Oh, she fed him to the tigers. Time the fuck out. this I actually need to get involved with.
Yeah, I mean, it's...
And she's like, oh, yeah, she put sardine oil on them. And I'm like, all right, this I actually got involved. That's what I said. Sardino? Shut up. Go on your own stuff. Oh, shit. Are you there?
Yeah, I got
Go.
you.
Oh, okay. I only got 20% left on my phone.
Oh, stink. But, I mean...
We'll push it to the end. That's okay.
Yeah, we'll like
Push it to the
that
end.
Seinfeld episode with Kramer and the car salesman. We'll take it till it runs out of gas, pal.
Absolutely. Even though I've never watched Seinfeld ever, and probably a lot of... Yeah, I know.
It's tough to do.
I do.
It's really tough to do this when you have no pop culture reference. Like it is.
I watched The Sopranos, and that's about it.
Like
I tried watching Boardwalk Empire, and then when his son fucked his mother, I'm like, I'm out of here.
You have one. You have one lane, man. Like one lane. Like it is just.
You're goddamn right.
Oh.
You're goddamn right. Sports Center. That's about it.
Yeah. So the fact that you at least know about the Tiger King is somewhat interesting.
She's gotten me into it, yeah.
But how mad do you think Carol Baskins is? Like, oh, like if she did kill him, right? So she goes along her whole life, like it's under the water,
Right.
no big deal. And now this documentary came out, and now it's like everyone, whoa, this chick killed her fucking husband. You know, and like the fact that it's weird too is like hers is Big Cat Rescue, right? So you think like, oh,
Sure.
like, but they're in smaller cages than like Joe Exotic, at least from the video. You know, and it's like, I don't know. I just think it's funny how there's a massive cult. There's a massive cult of exotic animals owned.
We're like everybody else.
You know,
Oh,
like,
they're all weirdos. They're the strangest fucking people in the world. And the crazy thing about it is they're not just strange, but they're fucking nuts. They're all fucking nuts. Because they'll kill each other over this goddamn shit.
like that's
Like she was probably laughing. She was probably standing. I like when I picture her killing her husband, I picture a scene from like Call of Duty. She's standing on top of some random building. She probably have a gun in her hand and made him go in the cage. And he's like, "Don't shoot me, don't shoot me!" And get in the cage, get your ass in the cage. And she just pours this sardine oil all over him, and he's like, "All right, no big deal if that's all she wants." And all of a sudden, 5 tigers come out. And he just eat his fucking ass. Just like,
Good kitty cat.
yes, good. Tell me, you see Tina? Where is she?
Oh yeah.
So what they say? No. She said, "Oh, good kitty cat. That's it. Eat your dinner. Good kitty cat."
But like
Crazy fucking people.
Like the funny thing was though, like she almost like half admitted to it though, because like there's this like she's like, well, why would you put cologne on his food? They won't eat that. You gotta put sardine oil, and it's like.
Not very low, Ariel.
Yes.
Back to how she did it, you know, like.
So there should be like a thing to say.
Yeah, it's like a murderer saying, "Well, you got to make sure you put plastic down on the carpet before you kill him."
Right. It's like how
shit.
It's almost like OJ doing the. Well, this is how I would have did it if I did it, and that was like,
dude, I honestly love the fact that he's out like saying, like being on social media talking about, "Oh, Carol definitely killed her husband." Really? No shit. If somebody would know, it would be you, pal. But I love it, and that's the best part. Everybody loves it. There's nobody out there going, "Oh, use this against OJ," or "Fuck OJ." Everybody's like, "Yeah, OJ, all right. Oh, OJ, you killed 2 people, you got away with it." Everybody loves it. How you doing? Doing a podcast, everybody. Or what are we doing? A YouTube show or whatever the fuck we're doing.
you know, don't just.
Anyway, go ahead, pal. I'm sorry.
The technology is much better. The background's better.
Good. Very good. So what's next on the agenda, pal?
So who was your favorite character? Who did you like the best?
I mean, I don't want to be obvious, but I mean, Joe Exotic is the best character. I mean, how do you not like this guy? He's out of his fucking mind. Like, you couldn't, if you came up, like, let's say right now you came up with a script and you were going to bring it to Hollywood and you came up with this outlandish fucking shit about this gay guy who owns tigers and turns straight guys gay and all these, and he feeds them, you know, just expired food out of a freezer truck, and they love him for it. And then he tries to get a woman murdered. What's that?
The best is about making the pizza with the fucking expired meat. He fed it to people.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you tried to turn this, if you made this up,
you have to.
Everybody in the Hollywood, like, you're out of your
you're starting to jump a little
fucking
bit.
real thing. It's insane.
I think one of the he wasn't my favorite.
Yeah, you froze
but
too.
I think the one funny thing he said, it was the second episode, which I don't think you saw. He kind of comes in, the one who got her arm bit off by the tiger, right? And he storms into the gift shop.
Oh yeah.
He's like, "We've had an incident. Tiger's attack on the staff. Everything's half off." And everyone's like, like, "Oh my god, the tiger ate someone and you're gonna give it half off?" Like, okay.
Right now I have.
Like,
Okay.
See, I like kind of the only kind of straight and narrow guy was the campaign manager guy.
Who's that? Oh yeah. Yeah, the nerd, the super liberal.
Yeah, but he was like, listen, he's like, I know he wasn't gonna win, but he's like, it was my dream job, so I had to go for it. You know, like he was like 100% honest. He's like, yeah, I got campaign experience.
I don't blame him.
But like he was like, yeah, I used to sell him ammo. Like that was his only qualification, you know. Like,
see, I didn't see a lot of the details. Like I said, most mornings, but most mornings I wake up and it's the goddamn Kardashians or any of these other fucking things, and I'm like, this shit, and I go back to sleep. When this shit came on, it was like, hey, oh, you cool cats and kittens, and all the other things that would go on with it. And I'd be like, holy I need to wake up for this. I need to find out what goes on here.
no,
This is one of the few things that actually had me interested, because I usually don't give a fat rat's ass, but this was I couldn't believe it's real.
I think that's the hardest part. Like everyone thought they were stars and they were telling their actual, like there was no like made up stuff. Like it was almost like this is real. And the crazy part is like I could have owned a tiger for $2,000. That's the craziest part. Like there's like purebred dogs that cost more than exotic tigers.
Yeah. Oh, I love like you said, I love the memes that are like, oh yeah, when we get our stimulus check, we could put it together and own a fucking tiger. Yeah, so eat your goddamn face off, all right? Give me a goddamn break. But you know what? It takes a special kind of crazy person like Joe Exotic to be able to have tigers hug you and stuff like that. Like, you can't just buy a goddamn tiger and think everything's going to be all right and you could train it. It takes a special kind of crazy to be able to get tigers to see you and run to you and hug you and jump all over you.
Like, how do you think a guy like that got started in the tiger trade? Like, how do you think he got or found out about his first tiger?
He probably got fucked in the ass by his uncle and had him pull, and probably, I can't say it without laughing, and probably had him pull anal beads and rip them out like a chainsaw.
I still love that joke.
Oh, it's the funniest thing you ever said.
I thought you liked the clown one better with Frank.
No, is that the one? He said, when he said he put his left foot on your butt cheek, ripped him out like you started a goddamn chainsaw.
Like he was firing up a chainsaw.
Firing up the chainsaw. I don't know why they clicked on my head, but it's fucking. Oh, it's one of the funniest things I ever fucking heard.
I remember that was a.
Oh Christ!
I don't know. We were on our couch. I thought you were gonna like couldn't breathe, man. You were doing that like jerking thing where like your face gets all red. And...
That and the clown one. What was the clown one? It was something about shooting the water.
Oh, I was
into
like
the clown's mouth.
Oh no! I think we were. We were at the axe throwing thing, and I was like, oh, you know, and Frank was talking about getting a colon exam. I was like, yeah, well, what's going to happen, Frank? They're going to put you on the table. They're going to strap you in, you know, like doggy style. And the doctor's going to stand back and spray water in your ass. Like a balloon's going to come out of his mouth and pop, and then the nurse will reach underneath and give him a prize.
Because he talked about the balloon being in your mouth, and the balloon would fucking blow up. Oh, Christ. Oh, my God. It's two of the funniest things I ever heard in my life. Oh, Christ. Oh my god! That's the best one. And he would send me the emoji. It would be the clown with the dartboard and the water coming out.
Yeah. The water gun, the dartboard.
Oh Christ! Oh, so goddamn funny. See, the thing that sucks is it's quick moments like that we need on fucking to be recorded because that shit is out of control.
I
Oh, God almighty.
You're at MJ's and you almost crap yourself against the wall. You're like, oh my god.
That's right. It's right before I almost fucking.
And Frank kept getting more mad because he's like, man, everyone should have a hype man like the Stink Man. You only got a hype man. That's why.
Who said that, Frank?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, those are two of the funniest. The chainsaw thing, I think, almost died. Oh God. And there's the best part about it is those are two of the most off-color, disgusting. You know, I mean, basically both jokes are about anal rape. And we laugh our fucking ass off about it.
Pick a lane and sticking it, right?
Oh, God almighty. Oh, that was a good laugh.
No.
Oh, that was good.
What's some of our better
All right.
stuff?
What's that?
I said that was definitely some of, I mean, you know, you had the friends hanging. That's what that was. We were all wearing the Merry Christmas Tony shirts, too.
Oh, the Merry Christmas Tony shirts were very good. Very, very good.
I did want to get your opinion because I guess you saw it too. That I came clean on the group text about the Bob bet at your bachelor party.
Oh, John, he called me. Hey, fuck it, he's gonna watch it. It doesn't matter. He called me within 2 minutes of you putting that up, and he goes, "This bet, is this really bullshit?" I said, "Yeah, man, it's bullshit." And I started laughing. He goes, "That motherfucker." And he goes, "When did this happen?" I said, you know, after you were done throwing ice at me and putting everybody in a headlock, that, you know, you guys were arguing about Seton Hall and Rutgers and the whole thing. And I mean, I don't remember, what was it, the next day or a couple of days later, you made the or said you made the bet.
Yeah, I think if so, as I recall it, it was a bet Jay made with him for $20. I don't even think Jay wanted to make, but Bob was like, Seton Hall minus 20. So Jay was like, all right, you know, he's like $20. And I think Bob like kind of forced him into it. So Layla's got the zoomies right now. I don't know if you can hear that.
That's
so basically they went back and forth and just said, you know, it was. I remember Jay coming back to the room. He was like, "Oh yeah, by the way, I bet Bob $20." I was like, "Oh okay." And then, funny thing, Jay threw up, and I go, "You want some soda?" He told me to go fuck myself, and then fell right to sleep. but anyway, so yeah, I mean, I think it was like I brought it up again like a week and a half later before the game, like because Z or something, and I was like, "Don't forget the bet, Bob." And then Z brought it up again like a week after that or something. And everyone thought it was me. I was like, was he that drunk that he thinks it was with me? And I didn't say anything. And then all of a sudden, Rutgers jumped off to like a 14-point lead or something. It was like 14-0. I was like, oh god, this is 34 free points. I was like, yeah, Bob, don't forget that $200 bet we made. And I just kept it going. And see, all I wanted to do, I just wanted to take that check and put it behind the bar and just tape it there for just to sit.
Never cash it.
Never cash it. Just let it sit. And every once in a while, just take a picture by it. You know, like one of those, like.
He said he was really ready to give you the 200 at Gunchella, and I said, honestly, he goes, "What do you have taken?" And I said, "No, listen, if you actually gave the 200 at Gunchella, I'm sure Goon would have been like, you know, he would have came clean and told you." I said, that would have been even better if we had it like $200 in cash at Gunchella. But I mean, I wonder if that one, what do you think in your opinion? Because you're the genius when it comes to these fucking practical jokes. What's better? I mean, I have my opinion, but what's better, that the Rutgers Seton Hall bet or the Saraville coaching joke? Which one's better?
I personally, the Sayreville coaching joke was that was more in depth because I had to put in like legwork for that.
Yes, you did. I'll never, like, I will never forget a lot of things in my life. I'll never forget winning a state championship. I'll never forget getting married. Hopefully, if I have kids, I'll never forget my kids being born. And I will never forget the day that I went up to Sayreville's head coach and asked if he knows John Tarabeski. And he said, I've never heard of anyone by that name. And I stopped and I said, he doesn't do, video. Maybe he does video for you and he breaks down film. Did you hire? Is he a volunteer? No, I've never heard of anyone by that name. I have no clue. And I literally looked at him and I said, that son of a fucking bitch. And he goes, why? What's the matter? I go, no, don't worry. And I said, no, it's okay. Don't worry. I'll talk to him later.
I was
on the sideline John, I was on the sidelines at a scrimmage during times when I wasn't involved, looking up in the stands, hopefully seeing you filming. Think, oh, he's just up there filming and stuff. Nope. Nowhere to be found.
Nope.
It was the best I've ever been involved in.
See, that one was good in a sense. My favorite, though, is, I don't know if you know about this one, where Oliver thought that Jay's sister-in-law opened up a cupcake shop. Did you ever hear that one?
Wait. Oliver thought that Jay's sister-in-law?
Yeah, so Erin. Bird
opened up a cupcake shop?
Yeah, in Montclair.
Bird's wife, Erin, yeah.
So that was...
Opened up a cupcake shop. But why is that? But how is that, like, why is that funny? It's funny, but, like, what... So, like, the Sayreville coaching thing forced me to go to Sayreville's coach and ask about you, and it made me sound like an asshole. So how does that make Oliver sound like an asshole or something like that?
In a way, it does. So here's how it happened. In our email group chain, whatever, it was just going back and forth. And I think our buddy Bob was a health inspector, I think, in Montclair or something. And Bird and Erin lived there. Up north or somewhere close, I think. However it happened, I'd like pass like, oh, don't forget to check out Jay's sister-in-law's cupcake shop, and I like made up a name like Icy Tops or something like. I don't know what I remember the name, but it was something like that, And and then Oliver remembered it, I guess, and like Jay never said anything, which was funny. But what happened was, Bird, Jay's whole family was at a Rutgers tailgate. And Oliver came storming up and was like, la-di-da all day. And then, like, at the middle of it, he's like, so how's the cupcake shop doing? You guys a good cupcake? In front of, like, the whole McDonald family. And that never happened. There was no cupcake shop.
I mean, listen, can I have a beer, please?
I didn't even finish my first one.
Can I have one, please? I was listening to you going, I swear to Christ. And listen, funny story. And it obviously has it's funny, but shut up. So, but I just I guess because I'm involved in the whole coaching thing, I think it's the best one ever. That one or the bet. That one or the bet is the best ever. Thank you, Jim. No line. Thanks.
I think it's kind of ruthless, but the Road Dog one was kind of funny too in a way. I mean, that was pre-internet.
Oh, with Frank. Yeah, so John convinced Frank that the Road Dog, he died in 9/11, right?
Yeah.
Yes, you remember it, yeah.
Yeah, and like the funny part to me wasn't that, but it was the fact that he told everybody. But then, like 7 months later, he saw like a flyer up that the Road Dog was coming to, and he had to then explain himself. Like that to me is hysterical. Like, why are you telling us he's dead? He's wrestling in like Union County College or something. Like,
dude, the fact that you can come up with these things and not laugh or giggle or have some type of physical like smile or to give into it and just let it go and not give a shit is just the best. Like, no shit, you should shut up. You're right. No, you should be on like Impractical Jokers. Like, that's a show for you.
Jess likes to say I'm a sociopath.
Or that.
I mean, that's possible, but I like
it. There.
I like that you're. If that's the case, I like that you're a sociopath.
Yeah, I guess.
Seriously, Tina. Let's be honest. Shut up. The funniest things that I've ever talked about when it comes to my friends are not like 95% John. They're all John. Yes, they're all John. Like, all right, we all come up with a joke every now and then, something funny. But when it comes to something that carries over for months and months and continues and goes and doesn't just makes you laugh a little bit, it has you piss your goddamn pants, or in my case, almost shit my pants.
Yeah.
It's because of you. It's hysterical. It's the best.
Appreciate it.
No, you're welcome, pal.
Hopefully there's more, as we get creative freedoms, more room to roam on that.
We're going to have a shot real quick. Cheers. Can you see her? Yes or no?
We'll end it with a shot. How about that?
Cheers.
Cheers. Next week, stink.
All right, pal. I had a good time.
Me too. You take care now.
All right, pal.
Later.
Love you.
All right. Come join.
Bye.